Hello, welcome everyone. I'm Kelsey. I'll be guiding you through the next 60-ish minutes of yoga, and we'll be doing some Pilates work today. So we will be building some strength, creating some heat throughout the body. So listen to your body throughout class. Make sure to take breaks when you need to. We'll work on half moon pose today. So this is a really challenging balance posture. We'll take it in a couple different ways. We'll take it on the knee. You can also take it against the wall. So feel free to adjust when we do take half moon. But it'll be nice to have some support. So yoga blocks are nice. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can always kind of grab like a tall water bottle, anything to just bring the ground a little bit higher up. And then anything else you like, blankets, bolsters, feel free to play music on your own. And then we'll get started in either a seated position or feel free to take child's pose. So for child's pose, you can bring the big toes to touch and knees can go as wide as you like. And then you can let your arms rest on your forearms, maybe let the arms rest on the ground. You can even place a pillow or block, something underneath the forehead or something behind the glutes, so the glutes are resting on a pillow or a blanket. But if being in child's pose doesn't feel good, this can be intense for some of us, especially really early in class. Feel free to skip child's pose and come into a seat. But wherever you're at, start to check in with yourself. Let go of any tightness, tension you're holding on to throughout the body. Maybe open and close the mouth, relax the shoulders, down away from the ears. And then once the body has started to settle in, start to check in with your mind. See if the mind is living in the past, in the future. See if you can bring it right here to the present. And sometimes the best way to do that is by connecting with the breath. So if it feels right, start to find your inhales and your exhales. Inhaling from the belly, taking it into your chest, into the throat, and then all the way up to the crown of the head. Maybe hold it there. And then as you exhale, slowly, softly letting it go. So a couple more deep cleansing breath. Big inhale, fill the belly, your chest, your throat. Take it all the way to the top. Maybe hold it there. Enjoy that stillness. And then open mouth, exhale, side out to let it all go. Beautiful. Let's take one more big inhale. Fill the body up. Find some expansion. Find some new space. Hold it at the top if you can. Take in a little bit more air. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. And then let your breath return to its normal rhythm, normal pace. Maybe in through the nose. And then always an option to set an intention for your practice. This could be a word, a phrase, maybe there's a mantra. But if nothing comes to mind, I offer up the mantra of I am strong. Our minds will give up on our bodies way before our body gives up on ourselves. So today as you practice, when the mind tells you can't do something, when it wants to give up, when it wants to move on, check in with the body and see how the body feels instead. See if the body is holding the posture. If it feels painful, make sure to leave. But if the body feels strong and supported, feel free to stay. We are our biggest critic. So today, throughout class, come back to that mantra, I am strong, and see if you can be here with the body instead of listening to the mind. Giving yourself more credit, because you deserve it. So whatever your intention may be, go ahead, bring it to your third eye center, the space between your eyebrows. Hold it there, come back to it whenever you need to. And then take a big inhale in through the nose, fill up with your intention. Big open mouth, exhale, share it out. Take an inhale, fill up, tell yourself, I am strong. Open mouth, exhale, share it out. And then option for your Ujjayi Pranayama breath. Inhale through the nose, seal your lips, and then take that strong breath back out through the nose. Creating a slight constriction in the back of your throat, making your breath audible. Kind of making a Darth Vader sound like you're fogging up a mirror, but out through the nose. And then remember, this breath creates heat. So if you need to, take open mouth exhales whenever you need to. Or if you Ujjayi breath doesn't feel good, come back to your regular breath. And then take your time. We're gonna meet in a seated position, but if you're in child's pose, you can always take movement there. If you're already seated, maybe take some movement, kind of roll the head or neck, maybe switch the way your legs are seated, cross the opposite ankle on top. But slowly come into your seat. Find your neutral spine, pull the belly and grow tall through the crown of the head. Gently roll the shoulders back. Find that nice, strong, supported spine here, growing tall. And then take a big inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, gently twist to the left. The left hand behind you, right hand to the outer thigh, whatever's accessible. And then come up high into the left, fingertips grow tall through the crown of the head. Take a big inhale, lift up. And then as you exhale, gently twist. Send the gaze wherever it feels best here. Inhales to lengthen. Exhales to gently twist. Relax your face, your jaw. One more round of breath. Big inhale, lift up. Exhale, gently twist. And then inhale, reach your arms back up overhead. And then as you exhale, take it over to the right. Right hand behind you, left hand to the right leg, whatever's accessible. Come up high into your right fingertips, grow through the crown of the head. Take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, gently twist, and we send the gaze past the right shoulder. Inhales to lengthen, grow tall, lifting out of the low back. Exhales, gently twist. Beautiful work. One more. Inhale. Gently twist as you exhale. And then inhale, reach your arms up overhead. This time seated side twist or side stretch. Left hand to the ground, reach up and over with the right. And then start to roll the heart open. Keep your right hip pressing down and then reach through your right fingertips. Maybe gently send the gaze up. We try to find length through both side bodies, so try not to crunch in the left side. Keep growing tall. Big inhale. Gently reach to the left as you exhale. And then inhale, reach back up through center. And then as you exhale, seated side stretch to the right, right hand to the ground, reach up and over with the left. Keep the left hip pressing down. Reach the left fingertips, maybe start to roll your heart open. Send the gaze where it feels best on the neck. Take one more big inhale. Reach up and over as you exhale. And as you inhale, reach your fingertips high. As you exhale, release, hands to the ground. Then just take some movement here. Kind of sway side to side, walk the hands forward. Start to get into the inner thighs, into the hips. Open and close the mouth. And then slowly walk your hands back. And then we're going to meet in tabletop position. So when you're ready, come onto all fours. Stack your shoulders on top of the wrists, hips on top of the knees. And we'll just start to flow through cat-cow. Inhale, cow pose, lower the belly, lift your heart, find a nice little C curve in your spine. Exhale, cat, pull the belly in, press the ground away, lift that space between your shoulder blades. So moving with the breath here. Inhale, cow, lower the belly, lift your heart, open up the front line of your body. Big exhale, cat, pull the belly in, press the ground away. One more. Inhale, cow, lower the belly, lift your heart. Exhale, cat, pull your navel in, press the ground away. Last time, inhale, cow. Big exhale, cat. And then coming back into tabletop, check out your hands. So nice active hands. Grip your fingertips, your knuckles into the mat, and then root down to the heels of the hands. So you're pressing the ground away, making sure you're not dropping the shoulders, but making sure you're not puffing up the upper back too much. So think of your shoulder blades being in neutral, spine in neutral, but actively pressing the ground away. And then extend your right leg long, keep your toes on the ground to start, and then just drive through the right heel. Find a nice little calf stretch. And then you can always stay here, or maybe start to shift forward and back, breathe into the toes, the arch of your foot. Start to warm up the wrists, the shoulders as well. And then coming back forward, stacking the shoulders on top of the wrists, and then start to float your right toes off the ground. Good. From here, check out the hips, keep the right hip in line with the left, pull the belly in, and then press the ground away. Good. From here, bend the right leg, heel points towards the sky, and then fire hydrant pose. Start to send the right knee towards the ceiling, take a big inhale, and then start to bring your knee towards the towards the right arm, and find big circles with the right leg. So we're really starting to get into the hip. And then take those circles the other way. Good. And then coming back into your fire hydrant pose, just holding here, drive the right knee towards the sky, find your glute muscles, keep the right foot flexed. Good, you got this, keep breathing, big inhale, stay as you exhale. Good, last inhale breath, and then as you exhale, release, send the right leg back long behind you, and then from here we're going to find our kneeling side plank. So left leg kicks up behind you, roll to the inside of your right foot, and then reach your right fingertips high. So holding here to start. Press the ground away, start to lift your heart, gently open up, maybe lean back a little bit. And remember, if you need to, you can always place something underneath the left knee, like a pillow, a blanket, or roll the mat up. And then you can stay here the whole time, or slowly start to float your right foot off the ground. Good. Keep the right foot flexed. Think of kneeling half moon here. Right muscle is working, squeezing the glute. Right foot is flexed, gently lifting through the right leg. And then you can stay or take a big inhale, lift the right leg. As you exhale, lower down to a hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Couple more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now holding up at the top, feel free to hold here or start to point your toes and find circles with the right leg. So wonderful Pilates work here. Breathe into the hips, breathe into your glutes. We'll change directions in 3, 2, 1. Switch directions with those circles. Breathe into your legs here. You got this. Last 3, 2, 1. Now coming back up, flex the right toes, big inhale, and then right foot to the ground. Gate pose. Slowly lift your arms up overhead. Good. Lift up out of the side body. Take a big inhale breath, and then as you exhale, reach up and over to the right. Gently roll the heart open. Breathe into the left side. Breathe into the inner right thigh. Big inhale. Reach over to the right as you exhale. Good. And then inhale, reach your fingertips high. From here, you're going to come to the ground, and then you're going to start to walk your fingertips forward. All right? So kind of think of melt hearting pose, puppy dog pose. So hands walk forward, send your forehead towards the ground. You might be feeling space in the shoulders, in the upper shoulders, the side bodies, but you're opening up your heart here. This is too much, or if it doesn't feel good, know that you can always come back kind of into tabletop, bringing the right knee back underneath the right hip, or you can take child's pose as well. 2 rounds of breath here. Relax your face, your jaw, big inhale. Stay as you exhale. Good. And then slowly walk your hands back towards yourself so you can come back up into gate pose. So reach the arms up overhead, lift up, take a big inhale, and then from here back to your kneeling side plank. Reach your right fingertips high. And then you can stay here or float your right leg back again, and this time we'll take the quad stretch. So right leg bends, right hand's going to reach back. See if you can grab for the right foot. And then you can send your heel towards your glute, but press your right hip bone away. So whatever you're looking at, see if you can press your right hip bone towards that to feel a nice stretch in the right quad. Start to lift the heart, maybe send the gaze up. Good. You don't have to grab for the foot, you can just gently bring the heel towards the glute. Big inhale. And then as you exhale, release. And release, come into your tabletop. From here, sway the hip side to side. Maybe roll the hips, go one way, go the other. Let that side go. And then before we do the other side, let's stretch out the wrists. So palms face down. Fingertips can point to the outside edges of your mat. If that feels okay, stay. If you want to go a little bit deeper, maybe fingertips point to your knees. And then you can stay here. And maybe lean back a little bit. Breathe into the bottom side of the wrists or the forearms. You can always do this one side at a time. And then release. Roll the wrists out, go one way, go the other. And then palms are going to flip up. Fingertips will still point to the knees. Feel free to do this one side at a time. And then remember, try not to dump the weight into the wrists. So you want to lift up, trying to keep the arms straight. And 2, if this doesn't feel good, you can always take a seat and just take reverse prayer. Listen to the wrists, listen to your forearms here. If you're doing one side at a time, make sure to switch sides. And then roll the wrists up, go one way, go the other. And then let's set it forward the other side. So back into tabletop, find your strong hands, and then extend your left leg long. Toes stay on the ground to start, drive through the left heel, find a nice calf stretch. And then you can stay here or start to shift forward and back. Do whatever feels best here. And then coming back forward, root down through the top of the right foot, float your left toes off the ground. Hold here, check in with the hips. See if you're dropping the belly, little tuck of the tailbone, pull the belly in, keep the hips in line with one another, and then gently press the ground away. Bend the left leg, heel points towards the sky, and then open up to fire hydrant pose. Lift your left knee towards the ceiling, take a big inhale, and then from here, find those hip circles. Knee to the left arm, heel to the sky, open up. Keep pressing the ground away, beautiful work, and then take those circles the other direction. And then we'll meet back in fire hydrant pose. Lift your left knee towards the ceiling. Just hold here. Find your glutes. Keep the left foot flexed. Big inhale. Stay for the exhale. And then last inhale, lift the left knee. And then slowly release. Extend the left leg back long. And then setting up for kneeling side plank. Right leg kicks out behind you. Roll to the inner side of your left foot. And then reach your left fingertips high. Don't be afraid to adjust here. Your right hand can always come out in front of the right shoulder if that feels better on the shoulder. But press the right hand into the mat, lift the heart, maybe lean back a little bit, open up your chest. And then you can stay, adjust if you need to, or start to find kneeling half moon, float your left foot off the ground. Keep the left toes flexed, find that activation through the glute muscles, keep the belly in, keep lifting the heart. And then you can stay here, or take an inhale, maybe lift the left leg a little higher. As you exhale, lower down to a hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Full round. Lift up. Lower. And then inhale, lift. Stay. Maybe add a little pulse. Breathe into your glutes. 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Now point your toes. And lastly, you got this. Find circles with the left leg. Breathe into your glutes. You got this. The outer hip for 3, 2, 1. Switch directions. Take it the other way. Beautiful work. Good, and then come back to your kneeling half moon, float the left leg, flex the toes, and then left foot to the ground. Gate pose, so press into the right palm, lift up, let this feel good, take a big inhale, and then reach up and over to the left. Breathe into the inner left thigh, find a nice right side body stretch, gently roll the heart open, slow the breath down, take an inhale, reach over to the left as you exhale. Good, now from here, reach your fingertips back high, and then legs can stay. Bring your hands to the ground. Try to keep the hips stacked on top of the right knee, and then walk your fingertips forward and start to melt your heart towards the ground. So puppy dog pose, heart melting pose. And two, if this doesn't feel good, you can always bring that left knee back underneath the hip, or take child's pose. But if you are in puppy dog pose, start to breathe into your shoulders, start to open up the chest. Might be finding length here in the inner left thigh as well. Take a big inhale. Melt your heart as you exhale. Good. And then slowly walk your hands back towards you. We're going to lift back up into gate pose. So slowly lift back up. And then we're going to come back down to our kneeling side plank. Right hand to the ground. Stay here or lift the left leg, and this time find the quad stretch. Bend the left leg, left hand can reach back. Maybe you grab for the foot. And then gently send your heel towards the glute if you can. Lift the heart. And then your left hip bone, press it to whatever you're looking at. So the left side. And two, if you can't grab the foot, no worries. Just gently press the heel towards the glute and keep pressing the left hip bone forward. Big inhale. Stay as you exhale. Good. Slowly release. And then come back down into tabletop. Roll the hips side to side, open and close the mouth. Beautiful work, let that go. And then let's get off the knees. Let's find our first downward dog at class. Hands can walk forward in front of the shoulders. Spread your fingers wide, and then tuck your toes, send your hips nice and high. And take whatever you need here. Put out the legs, sway the hips side to side. Shake the head yes, shake it no. Just try to find that nice triangle shape in the body, but no, you can adjust however you need to. Just making sure the front ribs are pulling in, keeping the belly in, keeping the low back nice and flat and long. And you can always keep a bend in the knees. Just drive your heels to the mat. Don't worry if the heels don't touch. Your heels may never touch the ground. It might depend on your bone structure. So let go of that expectation. Gaze can be where it feels best, maybe back towards the ankles, maybe at the ground, maybe shake the head yes, shake it no. And take a big inhale. Let all those high expectations go as you exhale. Then we're going to meet at the top of our mat. Lift your heels, bend the legs as much as you need to, and then slowly walk, step all the way to the top. Once you're there, find ragdoll, nice relaxed forward fold. Cross the arms at elbows, sway side to side, shake the head yes, shake it no, open and close the mouth. Remember, any forward folding, keep a bend in the knees, gently shift your weight forward towards the balls of your feet, and lift through your tailbone. Now you can stay here, maybe you play with your grip, interlace the fingers behind you, find that chest expansion grip, but let all the tension, the stress melt off your spine. Take a big inhale. Let it all go as you exhale. And then slowly release your grip. You can stay hip width distance, or maybe bring your big toes a little closer to touch, but find your stance. And then as slow as you can, just roll up. Let the head be heavy. Once you reach the top, you can roll the shoulders up and down. Maybe roll the head and neck. But we'll make our way into Dawson at the top of the mat if you're not there. Grounding down through the feet. Gently squeeze inner thighs in, but drive the feet away from one another. And then find that little tuck of the tailbone. So make sure not arching the low back. Pull the navel in, making the low back nice and flat. Grow tall through the crown of the head. Roll your shoulders back. And then take an inhale. Remind yourself here, I am strong. Open mouth, exhale, share it out. Moving into our sun salutations. Inhale, extend it to Tadasana. Reach your arms up overhead. Find some length. A little bit in the legs. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at the hips. Come all the way down to your mat. Once you're there, take a halfway lift. Palms can come to your shins. Pull the belly in. Crown of the head reaches forward. Tailbone presses back. Gaze is straight down. Take a big inhale. Exhale, high plank. Hands to your mat. Step back. First high plank of class. Check in with yourself here. If you feel pressure in the knee, pressure in the low back, come onto the knees. And then just check in with the low back. See if you're kicking your butt up in the air. Pull the belly in. A little tuck of the tailbone action. Engage the core. And then gently press the ground away. If the knees are lifted, drive through the heels, really firming up the legs, using the legs here to help you stay lifted. So strong. You got this. Take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly lower all the way down to your mat. Cobra pose. Press your feet down. Knees will start to lift, squeezing the glutes. And then as you inhale, peel your chest off the ground. Don't worry about height here. Think about strengthening the backside of your body. Not a big lengthening back bend. It's a strong strengthening back bend. Big inhale. And then as you exhale, lower back down. Two more, moving with your breath. Inhale, cobra. Feet press down, knees lift, squeeze your glutes, little to no weight in the palms. Exhale, lower back down. Last time, inhale, cobra, bhujangasana. Exhale, lower. Now tuck your toes. Use your knees if you need to. Big inhale, press up, maybe into your high plank. And then downward dog, send the hips nice and high. Reset here, take an inhale. Let it all go as you exhale. Coming back forward, top of the mat. Lift your heels, gaze to the top. Bend your knees, step, walk all the way to the top of your mat. Once you're there, take an inhale to your halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, extend it to Tadasana, a little bit in the legs, reach up. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands at your heart. Check in with yourself. Adjust if you need to. And then this round we'll add in Chaturanga to our upward facing dog. You can always skip, take cobra, or high plank to down dog is always welcomed. So here we go. Big inhale, extend it to Tadasana, reach up, grow tall. A little bit in the legs. Exhale, forward fold, ride your breath down. Inhale to your halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, high plank, hands to your mat, step back. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, Chaturanga. If you need to, come onto the knees, bend the elbows, squeeze your arms into your ribs, gaze is straight down. Now, option for up dog this time. Press your feet into the mat, lift your knees, your thighs, roll the heart open. And then as you exhale, down dog, send the hips high, tuck the toes back under, resets. Take an inhale. Let it go as you exhale. Lift your heels, gaze forward, bend your legs, step walk, top of your mat. Once you're at the top, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. A little bit in the legs. Inhale, rise, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands at heart. Good. Take a cleansing breath. Maybe let some heat go. And then we'll take one more sun salutation, linking breath to movement, finding that moving meditation. Don't be afraid to go at your own pace. Don't be afraid to add on, take away postures. Here we go. Inhale, extended Tadasana, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, bow to your practice. Inhale to your halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, high plank, hands to the mat, step back. Maybe come onto your knees here, take an inhale breath. Exhale, chaturanga, think of a tricep push-up. Squeeze your arms into the ribs. Inhale to your back bend, maybe up dog, lift your knees, your thighs. And then exhale, down dog, send your hips nice and high. Hold here, take a breath, reset. On your inhale, lift your heels, gaze forward. Bend your legs, step, walk all the way to the top of your mat. Halfway lift once you're there. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, hands to heart, Samasthiti. Take an inhale. Let it go, exhale. All right, moving on, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Keep your right foot forward and then step your left foot back. Left toes will point towards the left side and then start to bend into the right knee. So right heel is somewhere along the midpoint of your left arch. And then right knee is going to gently press away. Feel the glute squeeze in. Keep the belly and grow tall through the crown of the head. And then hands can always stay at the hips or work your arms, reach them forward and back. Keep the belly in, grow tall through the crown of the head. Gaze can go right over your front middle finger. Start to create space here in the inner right thigh. Work the shoulders. Strong, powerful stance. Tell yourself right here, I am strong. Everything's working to hold this posture. Take an inhale. Stay as you exhale. Now reverse warrior. Flip your right palm. Inhale, reach up and back. Left hand can come to your left thigh. Right hand can high five the wall behind you. But see if you lift it up out of the right knee. Keep the lunge in the right leg and then lift up out of the right hip. Good. Take a big inhale. Reach back as you exhale. Good. One more big inhale breath. Breathe into the right side. And then as you exhale, extended side angle. Right forearm will come to your right thigh. Circle your left fingertips through and you're going to keep those circles with the left arm. So sweep the arm forward and back. Getting into the left shoulder joint a little bit more. And then take those circles the other way. And then we'll meet in extended side angle. A couple options here. Left fingertips can reach straight up towards the sky, or maybe intensify the side body stretch. Reach your left fingertips up overhead. If you're reaching your left fingertips up overhead, try not to roll the heart down. See if you can roll the heart up, and then reach through the left fingertips. If this is too much, remember left hand can always reach straight up overhead. And then check in with the right arm and right leg. Make sure you're not dumping weight into the right arm. See if you can lift up. To test yourself here, you can always lift that right arm, making sure the right hip is working big time. Gaze is where it feels best on the neck. Intense posture. You got this. One more round of breath. Big inhale. Stay as you exhale. 5-point star. Inhale, breath lifts you up. Inhale, 5-point star. Lift up. Turn the right toes in. Big inhale, breath. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, hinge at your hips. Come all the way down to your mat. Adjust your feet if you need to. Heel to heel alignment. Toes in, heels out. And then shake the head yes, shake it no. Open and close the mouth. And then gently shift the weight forward towards the balls of your feet. Keep a bend in the knees if you need to. And then lift through the tailbone. Breathe into the hamstrings. Let everything melt off the spine here. And then you can stay here or start to place your palms underneath the shoulders. Take an inhale to your halfway lift. And then as you exhale, side lunge, bend into the right leg. Breathe into the inner right hip. Breathe into the inner left thigh. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, side lunge, bend into the left leg. Breathe into the hips, inner thighs. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, bend into the right leg. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, bend into the left. Good. And then inhale, come back up to your wide-legged forward fold. Exhale, fold, slowly release, shake it out. And then from here, we're going to set up coming back into our 5-point star. So hands to your hips, find a long spine, belly in, and then slowly rise, coming all the way up. Good. horse pose or goddess. So heels are going to turn in, toes out, shorten the stance as much as you need to, and then start to bend your knees. So kind of like a sumo squat. Knees are pointing the same direction as your toes, and then place one hand on the belly, one hand on your low back. So try not to puff the chest up and arch the back here. Think of your neutral spine. Pull the belly in, tuck in the tailbone action, making the low back nice and flat. Inner thighs are going to roll up, knees are going to press away. So find that activation in the glutes as you open up the inner thighs. And then hands can stay here. Maybe give the shoulders a break. Horse pose, hands can come to heart. Or maybe you play with your arms and take goddess. Bring the elbows to 90. Gently squeeze the shoulder blades together. So when you squeeze the shoulder blades together, try not to lose that tug of the tailbone. So keep the belly in, keep the low back flat, and squeeze the shoulder blades together to work the upper back muscles. Good. Such a strong posture here. Feel what's working. See if you've lost the breath. See if the mind has wandered. Maybe remind yourself here that I am strong. Take an inhale. Sit a little lower as you exhale. Good. Back to 5-point star. Burst open. Let this feel good. Warrior 2, top of your mat. Point your right toes forward. And then take an inhale, reverse warrior. Sweep it up and back. Beautiful work. Big inhale, breath. And then exhale, low lunge. Circle down. Pivot your left toes forward. Adjust your feet if you need to. Make sure they're hip width distance. And then we'll take a twist. Left hand will stay. Reach your right fingertips high. So breathe into the outer right hip this time. Breathe into your spine. Left hand can always come to a block if you need to. Maybe lean back a little bit. Start to open up your chest. Gaze is where it feels best in the neck. Take one more big inhale. And then start to send the gaze down as you exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot to meet the right. Shake it out. Open and close the mouth. And then inhale to your halfway lift. Bring your spine back to neutral. Exhale, fold. A little bend in the legs. Inhale, rise. Reach up, grow tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Samasthiti. Good. Other side. So I'm going to step to the other side of my mat just so I can face you. But warrior 2, left foot stays forward. Step your right foot back. So left knee working at 90 degrees. Right toes are going to kind of point to the right side, whatever feels best in the right leg. And then pull the belly and grow tall to the crown of the head. Hands can stay at your hips, or find your warrior 2 expression. Reach those arms forward and back. If you need to, take a look down. You should see your big toe on the inside of your left knee. So your left knee is pressing towards the pinky edge of your foot, squeezing the glute muscles. Maybe relax the face of the jaw, send the gaze right over the front middle finger. And feel everything working. Nice strong muscles here. Take an inhale. Stay as you exhale. Reverse warrior. Flip your left palm. Inhale, reverse. Sweep it up and back. Right hand can rest on the back thigh. See if you've lifted up out of the lunge. Keep the bend in the left knee. And then lift up out of the left hip. Breathe into your left side. Take an inhale. Reach back as you exhale. Last inhale breath. Exhale, extended side angle. Left forearm to your left thigh. And then reach your right fingertips forward and through and keep those circles going. Good. And then switch directions, go the other way. And then median and extended side angle, any variation of the arms. Right hand can reach high, or maybe find the right side body stretch. Reach your right fingertips up overhead. Try not to roll the right shoulder down. See if you can roll the right shoulder up and the heart up. So opening up the chest here. And then make sure you're not dumping weight into the left leg. Sometimes it's nice to rest here. If you need to test yourself, lift the left leg. Find that left leg working. And really strong, root down to the edge of the right foot. One more round of breath. Beautiful work, everyone. Take an inhale. Stay as you exhale. 5-point start. Inhale lifts you up. Big inhale, burst up and turn the left toes in. And then wide-legged forward fold, ride your breath down. So last time you're here, feel free to take whatever you need. Maybe move into your side lunges right away, bending into the right leg, bending into the left. Maybe kind of walk your hands to the opposite bent leg in your side lunges. Maybe just hold in your wide-legged forward fold. You have about 6 rounds of breath here. 5 to 6 rounds of breath here. Shake the head yes, shake it no. Remember, if you're taking that wide-legged forward fold, toes in, heels out, keep a little bit in the knees and then lift through the tailbone. Try not to lock the legs out. And then don't worry if your forehead at the upper body is nowhere near the ground. Go where you need to go to find length in the back of the body. 3 more rounds of breath here. And then slowly place your palms underneath your shoulders. Take an inhale to your halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Hands can come to the hips, find that flat back. Inhale, rise, come back up. And then setting up for horse pose or goddess. So heels in, toes out. Shorten the stance if you need to. Start to bend the legs. And then maybe one hand to low belly, one hand to back. Pull the belly in, inner thighs roll up. So making sure the low back is nice and flat. And then you can stay here, maybe hands to heart, give those shoulders a break. Or maybe find your goddess arms, gently squeeze the shoulder blades together. But when you do that, make sure you're not puffing up the chest. Keep the belly in. Just squeeze the shoulder blades together. Try not to arch the low back here. Now your choice. You can stay. Knees are pressing away. Find that action in the glutes. Maybe make it a little bit harder and lift the heels. Shaking is good. Means you're changing. Now see what the mind is telling you. Maybe let the mind say, I am strong here. You got this. Big inhale. Maybe sit a little lower as you exhale. Good. Release the heels if you need to. 5-point star. Come back up. Take a big inhale breath. Virabhadrasana 2. Warrior 2. Top of your mat. Point your left toes forward. And then inhale to reverse. Sweep it up and back. Breathe into your left side. Exhale, circle down. Low lunge. Frame up the left foot. And then turn your right toes forward. Your feet are hip width distance. Adjust if you need to. And then grounded twist. Reach your left fingertips high. Let this feel good in the outer left hip. Maybe lean back a little bit. Keep the right leg strong. Drive through the right heel. And then send your gaze down. Take a big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Left hand to the ground. Step your right foot forward. Shake it out. Beautiful work. Take an inhale. Halfway lift. Spine to neutral. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Reach up, grow tall. Exhale, hands to heart, Samasthiti. Good. Check in with yourself here. Maybe close the eyes. See what lingering thoughts you have. Give your mind permission to let them go here. Good. Take a deep inhale. Fill the belly. Let those expectations go, the judgment go on the exhale. Good. All right, last standing round, adding our half moon pose. So we'll meet in Warrior 2. Right foot forward, step your left foot back. So find that strong Warrior 2 stance, reach to the fingertips. And we're just going to find some movement to start. So as you inhale, high triangle, straighten through the right leg, palms up, maybe send the gaze up. And then as you exhale back to Warrior 2, recommit to the lunge. Good. Inhale, high triangle, lift up. Exhale back to Warrior 2. One more, inhale, high triangle. Exhale, Warrior 2. Good, now we're going to set up for triangle pose. You can go ahead and bring your hands to the hips to start and straighten through the right leg. I like to shorten my stance here, so I'm going to set my left foot forward a little bit. So don't be afraid to adjust your feet. Now bump the hips back, but make sure you don't lock the right leg out. Just bump the hips back, and then you can reach your arms back, forward and back, parallel to your mat. And then take an inhale, reach forward. Exhale, Trikonasana triangle. Bring your arms to 6 and 12. Reach the left fingertips high. If you want, right hand can always come to a block or just let it rest on the right leg. Don't worry if that right hand is nowhere near the ground. What I want you to do is find space in the left side. So reaching up through the left fingertips, maybe rolling the heart open a little bit. And try not to place the pressure on the right knee. So keep the belly in. Beautiful work. Big inhale. Stay as you exhale. Now left hand can come to your hip. Feel free to stay here in triangle pose or setting up for a half moon. If you have a block, feel free to grab it with the right hand and place it in front of your right toes. Now bend back into the right leg. Kind of think of your side angle pose. Shift the weight into your right foot and start to float your left foot off the ground. Left toes are flexed, pointed towards the left side. And just like you did in kneeling half moon, lift the left leg. So find the activation in the glutes. And then see if you can lift the heart. Try not to dump the weight into the right hand. If you need to, you can always bend the right leg, placing the right fingertips on the ground if you don't have a block. And then see if you can lift up, maybe one day reaching your left fingertips high. Wobbling is good, creating strength in that standing leg. Beautiful work, everyone. And I'll start to imagine Warrior 2 again. Take a big inhale. Warrior two. Gently bend the right leg. Slowly step it back. Bring your arms back parallel. Beautiful work. Inhale, reverse. Sweep it up and back. And then as you exhale, circle down, low lunge. Pivot the left toes forward. Grounded twist. Left hand stays. Reach your right fingertips high. Lift the heart. Send the gaze wherever it feels best. Extend through the left heel. Big inhale, breath. Gaze down, exhale, forward fold, step top of your mat. Beautiful work. Put out the leg, shake your head yes, shake it no. Good. Inhale to your halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. A little bit in the legs. Inhale, rise, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, hands to heart, Samasthiti. Good. Let the right side go. Let go of any judgment. Take an inhale. Remind yourself, I am strong as you exhale. Good. Other side. Starting in warrior two. Step your right foot back. Start to bend into the left. So find that strong warrior two stance, and then we'll take some movement to start. As you inhale, high triangle, straighten through the left leg. Palms up, maybe gaze up. Exhale, back to warrior two. Recommit to the lunge. Two more. Inhale, high triangle, lift up. Exhale, warrior two. One more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, warrior two. Good. Now from here, bring your hands to your hips. Give your shoulders a break. Start to lift through the left leg again, setting it for triangle pose. Maybe shorten your stance, walk your right foot forward. And then bump the hips back. Keep a little bit in the left leg. Bring your arms back parallel. And then take an inhale, lengthen, reach forward. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle. Arms to north and south. Left hand can always rest on a block. Maybe just let it rest on your shin. And then see if you can reach through the fingertips. Maybe start to roll the heart open. Breathe into the right side body. Okay, so gently roll the heart open. Try not to dump the weight into the left hand. Gaze can be where it feels best here. Down to the side, maybe up. Beautiful work. One more big inhale. Stay for the exhale. And then right hand can come to your hip. Feel free to stay here or setting up for our revolved half moon. If you have a block, grab it, place in the left hand, but wherever you're at, start to bend back into the left knee. Okay, so kind of find your side angle pose. Now shift the weight forward into the left foot. Big inhale, lift up, half moon, float your right foot off the ground. So try not to dump the weight here into the left. Even if the left hand is on the ground, see if you can lift your heart. And then keep the right foot flexed, toes point towards the right side. Find your right glute muscle, and then lift the heart. Stay here. Maybe one day you reach your right fingertips high. Maybe one day you float your left fingertips. So just really grounding down through the left foot. Maybe smile, laugh at yourself if you fall out, and then come right back in. Imagine warrior two in your mind. Beautiful work, everyone. Take an inhale. Warrior two. Slowly step it back, bend the left leg. Awesome job. Inhale, reverse. Sweep it up and back. Breathe into your left side. Exhale, low lunge, circle down. Frame out your left foot. Turn the right toes forward. And then grounded twist. Let this feel good in the left hip. Reach your left fingertips high. Roll the heart open. Press back through the right heel. Send your gaze wherever it feels best. Now send your gaze down. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot to meet the left. Shake it out. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. A little bend in the legs. Inhale, rise. Reach up, grow tall. Exhale, hands to heart, Samasthiti. Beautiful work. Take an inhale. Filled with gratitude. Thank yourself for trying the half moon today. Tough posture. Open mouth, exhale. One more big inhale. Filled with gratitude, love for yourself. Open mouth, exhale, share it out. Inhale, extended Tadasana. Reach up, grow tall. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Bow to your practice. Inhale to your halfway lift, long spine. And then exhale, high plank. Hands to your mat, step your feet back. Holding here, press the ground away, drive to the heels or come onto the knees. And then take a big inhale. As you exhale, slowly come all the way down to your belly. So we're going to set for a couple belly down back bends. First we're going to take Cobra. Option to take Intimidation Cobra. So a little bit different. The palms are going to come off the mat. You're going to come up onto the fingertips. So kind of think of like a regular style push-up here, but on the fingertips. And you're just going to lift the chest up a little bit. So press the tops of your feet down, knees will start to lift, squeeze your glutes, and then as you inhale, intimidation cobra start to lift up. So gently press the fingertips into the ground, but only lift your heart as high as you need to without crunching in the low back. Keep the belly pulled in, take one more big inhale, lift up, and then exhale, lower down. 2 more. Inhale, intimidation cobra, feet press down, squeeze your glutes, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Last time, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Good. Now release, arms at the side, palms face up. Right ear to the mat, gaze can go left, and then let your heels rock open. Slow the breath down. Maybe take some deep cleansing belly breath as you inhale, fill the belly up, find compression, squeezing your belly into the ground. As you exhale, slowly soften, let it go. And then release, bring your chin back to the center of your mat. So you can stick with cobra pose, palms beneath the shoulders, or you can find intimidation cobra if you want, or option to take your goddess arms, right? So what you did in that sumo squat position, bring your arms to 90 degrees, cactusing the arms, and then press your feet down, knees lift, start to squeeze the glutes. And then as you inhale, start to peel your chest off the ground. Your choice. Arms can stay on the mat, or maybe start to activate the upper back a little bit more. Lift your arms and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. Gaze is straight down and slightly out in front. Press the feet down, knees lift. Make sure to breathe here. Take one more big inhale. And then as you exhale, lower, come back down. Hold here, just take a breath or two, maybe shimmy the hips out. And then we're going to keep the arms, but we're going to add the legs and kind of take a locust pose variation. So think of like banana pose, a Superman pose in the spine, but with our goddess, our cactus arms. So start with the feet pressing down, knees lift, squeeze the glutes. And then as you inhale, peel your chest off the ground. Stay here with the arms on the ground, or maybe lift. And then keep the activation in the glutes. See if you can just float the feet off the ground. Crown of the head reaches out, straight out, and then slightly up. Same thing with the toes. Reach through the toes and then gently lift through the heels. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, squeeze the glutes, keep the belly in. Make sure to breathe. One more big inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Awesome job. Left ear to the mat, gaze goes right, arms at the side, palms face up, heels rock open. Slow the breath down. Maybe take some deep belly breath here. As you inhale, fill the belly up, find compression. And as you exhale, slowly, softly let it go. And then feel free to skip this last round, or bring your chin back to the center of your mat, and then bring your arms back to goddess, back to those cactus arms. So we're just going to lift up and down and then hold at the last one. So take an exhale to prepare, and then as you inhale, squeeze your glutes, lift your arms, lift your legs off the mat. Exhale, lower back down. Moving with the breath here. Inhale, lift up, squeeze your shoulder blades, your glutes. Exhale, lower. Couple more, you got this. Inhale, lift up, squeeze. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now last time, hold at the top. Hold here, squeeze your shoulder blades together, keep the belly in, squeeze your glutes, maybe lift the heart a little bit more. Last 3, you got this. You're here for 2. Last 1. Awesome job. Release. Cross your palms at the top of your mat. Let your forehead rest there. And then you can find movement, maybe shimmy the hips side to side. Maybe bend the legs, windshield wiper the legs side to side. Find movement in the legs. Open and close the mouth. Slow it all down here. Beautiful work, everyone. And then we'll meet in child's pose. Palms can go underneath the shoulders, tuck your toes, gently press up. Knees can go wide, send the hips back. And then give your shoulders a break if you want, maybe fingertips towards the toes, or you can cross your arms, let your forehead rest on the arms. But just come back to the breath, come back to your intention. Let child's pose bring you right back here. Checking in with yourself. See if you've lost the breath, see if the mind has wandered off. No worries if it has. Bring it right back here. And then feel free to stay in your child's pose, or we'll meet in downward dog. So you can come back up to tabletop, Walk the hands forward, tuck the toes under, send your hips nice and high. And then we'll transition into pigeon pose. So you can lift the right leg as high as you need to, and then start to bring your right knee towards your right wrist. Ankle can kick over to the left side, and then extend your left leg long. All right, so making sure the right heel isn't underneath the right thigh. The ankle is kicked over to the left side. And then you can always stay here, heart is lifted. Might feel good to stretch out the left hip flexor a little bit. This is a back bend though, so be kind to the spine. And if you have a bunch of space underneath your right hip, great place to place a pillow or a blanket. Just bring the ground closer up to you. And then you can stay here, or option to sleep your pigeon. Slowly sending your arms, your forehead down towards the ground. You can always let your forehead rest on something. And then if this does not feel good in the knee or the hip, feel free to release. And you can always take figure 4 on your back. So just crossing the edge of your right foot to the top of the left thigh. Keep the right foot flexed, press the right knee away. But I want you to find a position where you can create a nice stretch in the right hip and the right glute. You can always float the left foot off the ground. But wherever you're at, start to breathe into the hip, into the right glute muscle. See if you're clenching your fingers, your face, your jaw. And if the mind has wandered off, no worries. Let go of any judgment as best as you can. Acknowledge that. And bring it right back here. Right back to your inhales, right back to your exhales, right back to your pigeon pose, breathing into the right hip. Take one more big inhale. Let it all go as you exhale. And then when you are ready, slowly start to press back up onto your palms. If you have something underneath the right hip, slowly release it. If you're on your back, you can come up to a seat. But if you're in pigeon, just start to roll to the right and swing your left leg around. So we're going to take a seated twist. So option 1, extend the left leg straight out in front of you. And then you're going to take the right leg and cross it on top of the left. All right? So from here, your right ankle and the left knee are in line with one another. And you can take the twist from here. If not, roll to the left and bend the left leg and send your left heel towards your glutes. All right? So wherever you're at, right leg is bent, right knee's pointing towards the ceiling, and then start to bring your right hand behind you. Press up high into the right fingertips, find length in the spine. And then left arm can grab for the right leg and gently twist to the right. Or maybe bring the left elbow towards the outer right thigh, use that connection to gently twist. Try not to slouch here, keep growing up through the crown of the head, finding length. And then as you exhale, gently twist, maybe send the gaze past the right shoulder. Take a big inhale, gently twist, rinse it out as you exhale. And then slowly release. I like to take a counter stretch, so if you want, gently twist to the left. Beautiful. And then come back to center, unwind the legs. And then we're going to set up for a little bit of core work, a little bit of boat work. So heels to the ground, toes can point to the ceiling or keep your feet flat on the mat, and then place your hands behind the thighs. Check in with the spine. Keep the belly in, grow tall with the crown of the head, gently roll the shoulders back. And just see how the belly feels. If it's working, hang out here. If you want to intensify a little bit, maybe lean back, but listen to the low back. All right, if you start to arch the low back, come back up. Hands can always reach forward, hands can stay, maybe lift the legs instead. But wherever you're at, find the work in the belly, maybe find some work in the hip flexor. Make sure the work isn't in the low back. So if you need to, heels can always come back to the ground, hands can always stay behind the thighs, or maybe you push yourself a little bit. But remember, we're here to build strength, to better ourselves, not to hurt ourselves. Relax your face, your jaw. Awesome work, everyone. Big inhale. Stay as you exhale. Last inhale breath. And then as you exhale, release. Cross the ankles. You're going to be in down dog. Plant the palms. Step your feet back. Lastly, pigeon on the left side. So you can lift the left leg and then start to bring your left knee towards your left wrist. Ankle can kick over to the right. So making sure that left heel isn't underneath the left thigh. Ankle kicks over to the right, and then extend your right leg long behind you. From here, you can stay, maybe place a pillow or blanket underneath the left hip. Maybe walk the hands back a little bit and lift up, finding a little back bend, creating space in front of the right hip flexor. Or feel free to sleep your pigeon, coming all the way down. Forehead can rest on whatever's accessible, arms, a pillow, a block, or the ground. And then remember, if this doesn't feel good in the knee or the hips, come onto your back for figure 4. Even if you didn't take figure 4 on the right side, feel free to take it on the left. Our side bodies are not the same, so don't be afraid to adjust. Do what the left side needs here. But just start to find a position where you can allow the body to get heavy, to relax a little bit, but to also create space in the left glute and in the left hip. And then relax through the face, through the jaw, soften your fingertips. And if the mind has started to wander off, no worries, totally normal. Let go of the judgment and see if you can bring it back here to your stretch, or maybe bring it back to your breath. Just allowing the mind to be present here with the body. Two more rounds of breath. Try to relax your face, your jaw. Take one more big inhale. Let it all go as you exhale. And when you are ready, slowly press back up onto the palms. If you have something underneath the left hip, slowly release it. And then we're going to meet in a seated position. So gently roll to the left, swinging the right leg around. If you're in figure 4, don't be afraid to rock yourself up. And then extend your right leg long and start to cross your left leg on top. So ankle and knee are in line with one another. You can always take your seated twist from here or kind of take a little pretzel pose, bend the right leg and bring your heel towards the glutes. And then the left hand will come behind you. Come up high into the left fingertips. Your right arm can always grab for the left leg and twist from here. Or maybe your right arm to the outer left thigh. Use that connection to lift up tall through the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, maybe twist. So inhale's lengthening, reaching up tall through the crown of the head. Exhale is to gently twist. Might be nice to lift up high into the left fingertips or even place a block or something underneath the left fingertips. Just giving you more room, more space to twist here. Letting the spine be really long. Relax your face, your jaw, send the gaze where it feels best in the neck. 2 more rounds of breath. Take one more big inhale. Gently twist as you exhale. And then coming back to center, take a counter stretch twist to the right if it feels good. And then slowly release, come back to center. Shake it out. All right, so last time we're going to do boat pose. We're going to give you the option for low boat. So low boat is tough. If you need to, you can always come onto the forearms and hold here. So don't be afraid to adjust. Listen to the low back. So we'll start in boat. Hands behind the thighs, lift up, roll the heart back, roll the shoulders back. Stay here or lean back a little bit. Maybe lift the legs, maybe reach the arms forward. So find your Navasana, your boat that feels best. Relax through the face, the jaw, keep the heart lifted, gently roll the shoulders back. So now we're going to lower into low boat. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, lower into low boat. Extend the legs, maybe place your forearms on the ground. Pull the low belly in, hold here. Maybe flutter kick those legs. You guys got this, so strong. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Release. Beautiful work. Full body stretch. Reach the arms up overhead and the legs long. Maybe interlace the fingers. Press your palms away. Take some wiggle. Stretch it out. Hard work is done. Beautiful work. Give yourself some gratitude. Thank yourself for pushing through. Take a deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. And then bend the legs, send your knees towards your chest. Maybe take some movement here, rock side to side in the low back, maybe circles with the knees. Or option for happy baby, stamp your feet onto the ceiling. You can grab with the backs of your thighs or the back of your feet. Maybe rock side to side. If you are in happy baby, try to keep the upper back and the lower back on the ground. Think of happy baby as a back bend for the middle part of your spine. So try not to lift the tailbone, keep pressing your tailbone down. And then slowly start to release. Place your feet flat on the ground. And then your choice. You can take supported bridge if you want. If you have a block, slide underneath the low back and lift the hips high. Or you can take waterfall pose and stamp your feet onto the ceiling. So a couple variations here, supported bridge or waterfall pose. But wherever you're at, let it be a nice, relaxed, comfortable position. If you like legs at the wall, you can always move to the wall and place your legs against the wall as well. Maybe reach the arms up overhead, roll up the wrists, roll the head and neck, open and close the mouth. You can kind of shake out the legs or give yourself some love taps. Gently punching out the legs. Giving yourself a little massage here. And then feel free to stay in legs at the wall, supported bridge as long as you need to. But if there are any other movements, any other stretching you need, feel free to go there. Start to close out your practice however you need to. But when you're ready, you can always curl into a tiny little ball. Give yourself a hug, squeeze it all together. And then find your way into Shavasana, corpse pose. Take up as much space as you like. Don't be afraid to place blocks underneath you, underneath the knees. Maybe use a blanket behind the head or a pillow, or cover yourself up with a blanket as well. A little bit of meditation here, so try to get as comfortable as you want. And then if you need to, scan the body from your toes all the way up to the crown of the head. Making sure every single muscle is nice and relaxed. And then option to place one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. And just take these final moments to be here with the breath. So as you inhale, feel the belly, the chest rise. As you exhale, feel the belly, the chest soften. So actually feeling that rise and fall with the palms, and letting that connection help the mind stay here for the next few moments. But know if the mind does wander off, no worries. Just be mindful of that, and then as best as you can, bring it right back here to the breath. Give your body space to just be, to find relaxation, to let go of movement. But most importantly, give your mind space to be here as well, to let go of thoughts. Find some well-deserved rest. If your mind has wandered off, no worries. Just acknowledge that, let go of any judgment, and see if you can come right back to the breath. Return right back to that rise and fall. If you have extra time, please feel free to stay in your meditation, your Shavasana, for as long as you need to. But if you are ready to be guided out, just start to deepen your breath. And then start to bring small movements back in. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, roll the ankles, the wrists, maybe let the head rock heavy side to side. You take a nice full body stretch, reach the arms up overhead, send the legs nice and long, take some wiggles. And then you can send your knees in towards your chest. Maybe rock onto your favorite side for fetal pose, using your bottom arm as a pillow. Hang out here for as long as you would like. But when you're ready, you can gently press up to a seat. Draw the low belly in, grow tall through the crown of the head. Roll the shoulders up and down. Eyes can be open or closed, hands can rest on the thighs. And then coming back to your intention, whatever it may have been, feel free to take it with you off your mat into the rest of your day, maybe into your week. Taking that mantra with you, reminding yourself that you are strong, both physically and mentally. Making sure you remind yourself that you can push through anything the world throws your way. You're way stronger than the mind thinks you are. So one more time, take a big inhale, tell yourself right here, I am strong. Open mouth, exhale, share it out. Then you bring your thumbs to your third eye center, connecting your heart, your mind, your seat of intuition. And I thank you all for joining me. From my heart to yours, with so much gratitude, I bow. Namaste. Awesome work, everyone. Be kind to yourself. If you have any questions, reach out. But have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.